And we're going to do a little... Yeah, we don't have a Hunter Biden jingle, I don't think, but we got the hairy legs.
Got hairy legs. Got hairy legs. Hairy legs.
The son of Hairy Legs. This is Hairy Legs Jr.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, oh no, why do I keep running into problems today?
I don't know. What problem are you running into on NBC News?
Ad stuff. You
Ads.
can support journalism with ad blockers. Turn off or not support.
NBC is shaming you for dodging their ads.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, this is yes, NBC News. The headline here: analysis of Hunter Biden. I'm gonna try it again. Analysis of Hunter Biden's hard drive shows his firm took about $11 million from 2013 to 2018. Spent it fast.
Ooh.
That's the headline there. And come on, website, cooperate with me here. It's trying to play a video, which I don't want.
He spent it as fast as he could snort it, I think.
From 2013 to 2018, Hunter Biden and his company brought in about $11 million via his roles as an attorney and a board member with a Ukrainian firm accused of bribery and his work with a Chinese businessman now accused of fraud, according to an NBC News analysis of a copy of Biden's hard drive and iCloud account and documents released by Republicans on 2 Senate committees.
Oh, released by Republicans.
Yeah, and imagine that. NBC News doing analysis of the copy of Biden's hard drive directly. What is this? Some actual journalism going on at NBC over here? What's
Can you
what's going on?
believe it?
The CERN really did turn on. The documents and the analysis, which don't show what he did to earn millions from his Chinese partners, raise questions about national security, business ethics, and potential legal exposure. In December 2020, Biden acknowledged in a statement that he was the subject of a federal investigation into his taxes. NBC News was first to report that an ex-business partner had warned Biden he should amend his tax return to disclose $400,000 in income from the Ukrainian firm Burisma. Was NBC News really the first people to report that? I don't know if they were that's plain.
Well, I mean, it's a very interesting specific part of the report, which is
I guess.
he had a tax guy who told him not to do that.
Yeah.
His tax guy was trying to save him from this.
Yeah.
And he just didn't listen.
GOP congressional sources also say that if Republicans take back the House this fall, they'll demand more documents and probe whether any of the Biden's income went to his father, President Joe Biden. Quote, no government ethics rules apply to him, said Walter Schaub, a former director of the U.S. Office of Government Ethics, who is now an ethics expert with the Project of Government Oversight. Schaub
An
added,
ethics
however...
expert.
Yeah, I know.
That's a weird title.
Yeah.
I'm an expert on ethics.
It is strange how, in certain religions there are rabbis or there are shamans.
Yeah.
In the U.S. government, we have ethics experts.
Yeah, ethics expert is like a bureaucratic priesthood.
It is. It's you're dictating the moral quality of or an action, or it's assigning
or at least,
good or bad.
At least an expert in it.
At least an expert in knowing. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
well, that's weird. Quote. This is from Schaub. He added, however, quote, it's imperative that no one at DOJ and no one at the White House interfere with the criminal investigation in Delaware. Schaub had previously raised questions about Hunter Biden's new line of work, selling his own paintings, which created the potential to purchase a painting to buy perceived influence, and also because the White House became involved in the transactions, arranging that none of the buyers' names be known to Biden, the White House, or the public. Did the
keep it
White
completely
House
secret.
Did they just launder money through?
That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point.
Our U.S. government or our White House assisted in yes.
Why is this my birthday?
Oh, we got to get a microphone for that baby.
She's asking why there's a flat Earth dome on April 22nd.
Which is my birthday.
Why is there a flat Earth?
It's April 22nd. It's not your birthday. It's Earth Day. It was Earth Day. Remember Earth Day?
Oh, it's the Canary Cry calendar. She's
looking at the Canary Cry calendar. Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. Raise them up in the way they should go, guys.
Frank Figliuzzi, the FBI's former assistant director for counterintelligence, said there's a national security risk when foreign powers like China see an opportunity to get close to someone like Biden. You think? Quote, it's all about access and influence, and if you can compromise someone with both access and influence, that's even better, said Figliuzzi, now an NBC News contributor. Quote, better still, quote, better still if that target has already compromised himself, end quote. The documents and the analysis indicate that few of Biden's deals ever came to fruition and shed light on how fast he was spending his money. Expenditures compiled on his hard drive show he spent more than $200,000 per month from October 2017 through February 2018 on luxury hotel rooms, Porsche payments, dental work, and cash withdrawals. I wonder if dental work. Yeah, let's just get my teeth fixed while we're at it here.
Well, I mean, that's the funny part, because when you smoke crack, it messes up your teeth. Yeah. And cash withdrawals is this code word for hookers and crack.
Mm-hmm. Biden has admitted to burning through cash to pay for drugs and partying with strangers who routinely stole from him, and he struggled to pay multiple mortgages to keep up with alimony and child support payments to his ex-wife. In his autobiography, Beautiful Things, he says the money from Burisma, quote, turned into a major enabler during my steepest skid into addiction, and, quote, hounded me to spend recklessly, dangerously, destructively, humiliatingly. So I did, end quote.
Oh, he's really leaning into this.
In a February 2017 divorce filing, an attorney for Biden's ex-wife said the couple's outstanding debt were, quote, shocking and overwhelming, and that they owed $313,000 in back taxes. 313, almost like the 33 is being split in half.
Split, ooh.
According to the filing, they had bounced checks to their housekeeper and owed money to doctors and therapists. My gosh, man, take care of business first before going on the weird. Okay, the filing alleged that Hunter Biden had spent copiously on drugs, strip clubs, prostitutes, and girlfriends, quote, while leaving the family with no money to pay legitimate bills.
You know what this is?
Yeah.
This is a very skillful and interesting flip to do here.
It is.
So now this makes sense why NBC is reporting, because everybody's going to report on this. But if you are devoted to sort of the democratic or just liberal ideological campaign in the corporate news media, you'll have to report on things like Hunter Biden's laptop. But if you paint him out to be such a pitiful victim of his own weakness, then it's strangely forgivable to the sort of liberal ideology, I think.
Yeah, I didn't hear half of what you said, but I think you're saying...
Just say yes. Excellent analysis.
Things. Yes.
Why don't you continue?
Yeah. I kind of skipped down here because there's a lot of stuff in here that it's kind of a longer article. I don't know how much you want to dig into it, but let's get into the Biden and China part. Biden made $5.8 million, more than half his total earnings from 2013 to 2018, from two deals with Chinese business interests.
Just to mention something that we have not mentioned before. This paragraph, before we skip down, a representative for Biden says all of his tax responsibilities to the IRS are now satisfied. Two sources familiar with the matter have confirmed to NBC News that Hollywood attorney Kevin Morris began advising Biden in 2020 and arranged to pay off the approximately $2 million Biden owed the IRS. So this Hollywood attorney, Kevin Morris, paid all of Biden's tax bills. And knowing how Hunter Biden does business, I wonder what Kevin Morris got out of it that was worth $2 million to him to bail out Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Just as strange, they're part of maybe they're part of a strange club or something. But to have a Hollywood attorney come out and just basically give Biden Hunter Biden $2 million to pay his taxes is just a very strange detail.
Biden made $5.8 million from half his total earnings, more than half his total earnings from 2013 and 2018 from 2 deals with Chinese business interests. Biden's most lucrative business relationship was acting as a consultant in a project with a company that belonged to a once powerful Chinese businessman who is now thought to be detained in his homeland. According to business records referred to in the Senate report, Hudson West III, a venture, or Hunter West III, a venture funded by the Chinese oil and natural gas company CEFC, and its chairman Yi Jianming paid about $4.8 million to Owasco PC over about 1 year. Filings with the Washington, D.C. government show Owasco PC is controlled by Hunter Biden. A review of the personal and corporate emails on Biden's hard drive yield little information about any business he conducted on behalf of Hudson West III, and his autobiography doesn't discuss his Chinese business dealings in any detail.
Oh, weird.
One of the few potential business opportunities discussed appears in a series of email exchanges between Biden, several U.S. partners, and Chinese individuals associated with Hudson West III. They talked about potential gas deals on Monkey Island. There it is again.
Oh, Monkeypox Island.
In Louisiana in 2017, but it appears no deal was made and no publicly available documents indicate any sort of purchase, sale, or agreement. Then it goes into Brittany Singletary, the attorney who conducted due diligence for the Monkey Island deal, and another deal told NBC News that ultimately the deals didn't come together because they just didn't make sense. Quote, financially, it wasn't going to work. Sorry, Hunter, we can't clean all that dirty money.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. Let's see. How much more do we want to keep going here?
There's a whole bunch.
So much.
There was, but here's how it really wraps up. And I think it says a lot to what I mentioned before about the way NBC is, again, the Hunter Biden laptop was a huge controversial story that was suppressed in the most aggressive manner by the big tech companies, as in Twitter kicking off New York Post for publishing the story. Any link to the New York Post story was taken off of Facebook right before the election. It was literally big tech and the corporate news industry colluding to manipulate the election by hiding bad press about Hunter Biden. And since then, it's been irrefutable that the Biden laptop is, true. It exists, and that the stuff on it doesn't say a lot of good things about Hunter. And, lots of news organizations are sort of sneaking out the back door on participating in a literal manipulation of the election. It may not be voting machines or bamboo ballots or mail-in ballots or mules or whatever, but just on a very objective level, outright censoring in more of an aggressive way than anything else that has ever been censored by big tech and the corporate news. The Hunter Biden laptop story was buried, completely buried, specifically, and there are quotes on this from the elites, that it was specifically done because they didn't want it affecting the election. And now it's irrefutable, and many of them are sort of skirting out the back door and not apologizing for what they've done. They're finding really creative ways to report on the details that still make it out to be that Hunter is some sort of victim, and that his crimes are not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm going to read the last couple paragraphs to sort of wrap it up. That's what I was going to suggest. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Okay, so while Republicans have suggested that Biden's reference in an email to needing money for his family refers to the larger Biden clan, nothing in the Senate documents or on the hard drive indicates he was earning money expressly
to share with other family members, including his father. Anecdotal evidence from the hard drive and the documents, as well as Biden's autobiography from and the 2017 divorce filings from his ex-wife, is consistent with Biden's needing the money for his ex-wife and children, tuition and mortgage, and for his profligate personal spending. Am I saying that word right? Profligate. However,
but yeah,
should
again,
Republicans...
look, yeah. No, keep going.
Should Republicans take control of Congress, as seems likely, they will use their subpoena power to try to find and highlight any financial connections between father and son. And this is the kicker here. Quote, family members of presidents and other political officials are going to make money, said Schaub, the ethicist. Quote, they're going to have jobs. They're private citizens. And it's really not for us to say how or when they make money. Unfortunately, this is a continued quote, unfortunately, Hunter Biden seems a lot like somebody whose primary profession is being Joe Biden's son. But unless there's a direct connection to Joe Biden, that's really more of a criticism of one private citizen rather than a government official or an administration, end quote. So, yeah, they're giving him, they're calling out the problem with Hunter Biden, but in the end, they're letting him go. They're like, it's like catching fish, but then like throwing him back into the ocean. It's like, well, yeah, you're bad, but yeah, there's nothing really bad. You know, there's nothing that people can come down on you on or come down on Joe. That's kind of the takeaway. Right. To juxtapose the strategy here in the way that they are trying to connect Elon to Republicans in a broad sense, right. Or they're trying to connect great replacement theory to Republicans in a broad sense. They want to do the opposite, which is Hunter Biden is not connected with his father. He's his own man, trying to disconnect Hunter criticize
from the broader
him for being his job being the son of Joe Biden, but you're just criticizing a private citizen, not a government
they're trying
official.
To disconnect Hunter Biden from his father and therefore from the administration and by extension the Democratic Party, which is just very interesting to see those two opposing strategies being played out at the same time. Yeah.